Hey there, you don't need to blindly increase your revenue in your business each and every year to be successful. You know that? You believe that increased revenue in your business means that you've made it. You think multi six figures, seven figures, those milestones means that you've arrived. But that is absolutely not true because revenue generated in your business means nothing if you don't have the wealth or legacy plan to show for it. What really matters is how you and your family are being impacted by your business, both financially and energetically. So, what happens after you pay yourself in your business? Do you find yourself committing, over investing, splitting your profit completely? You don't have cash to be able to pay yourself that salary that you once had in the past year? Or do you subconsciously do a lifestyle creep each and every time your business grows and your business must carry the weight of your newfound needs? This wreaks havoc on your nervous system each and every month. At the end of this episode, you'll be able to see how your business will contribute to your lifestyle and legacy goals instead of creating another arbitrary goal for this year. Stay tuned. This is the Harmonious Wealth Podcast, where we're breaking online business owners free from chasing every next revenue milestone and instead prioritizing lifestyle and legacy goals so you can finally have the personal wealth to show for your business success. I'm your host, Iyanna Vaughn, fractional CFO and bookkeeper, here to guide you. Now let's start building your financial legacy. Hey, and welcome to the first episode of Harmonious Wealth. My name is Iyanna Vaughn, and I am so excited to start this podcast. Okay, I may seem kind of monotone because your girl is on day one of her cycle. She tried to cycle sync and it was not working for her. Second time in a row where my cycle was late. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna record during my ovulation, first half of the luteal. I'll be fine. Cool. No, why is it late? And then now I'm on my first day of my cycle. I got my raspberry tea. I have my little heating pad if I need it. I'm doing fine right now, so I'm very grateful. I had to reframe my mind of okay, let me listen to some worship music. Let me get cute. Let me fix my hair because I'm going to record and I want to be able to have some personality versus but thank you so much for listening. I want to also say that I promise myself that I will treat my business like any other business, and I'm going to actually market. Your girl's going to market, and I am going to launch. We will be doing an open house on Friday, April 26th at 12 p.m. Eastern, and we will be talking about why your revenue doesn't matter if you don't have the wealth plan to show for it, and why your cash isn't cashing, right? Why are you making all this revenue and you don't have the money to show for it? So if you want to join, go to lovelyfinancials.com/open house to join us, and I would love to have you. Okay, so let's go back to where we are. When you're thinking about revenue and your revenue goals every year and you're thinking that you should be doubling it, you're not making this up for yourself. You've seen people go on social media and they share that they're having their beyond six-figure journey. They're hustling so much and now they're at that seven-figure mark or multi six-figure mark. They're celebrating maybe their first 10K month. Maybe they're celebrating their six-figure month, right? And it's going tremendously different for them. However, there's a lot that goes on to make consistent revenue to six figures in a month, right? There's so much brain work that you have to go through. And there's so much back work that you need to go. So what I think is whenever you're starting your business goals overall, you must start with the end in mind. And there are two ends in mind, right? First and foremost, you have to be that person in your business to serve. It's going to be really important because when you have a servant heart and you're creating a business, that's going to show up for whoever is going to do an exchange monetarily with you. So you want to really think, especially if you're a service provider, think of how you're serving your clients. And also, especially as a coach, think how you're coaching your clients. Think about how you're going to use your gifts to serve humanity. So I'm going to quote 1 Peter 4:10 in the Bible that says, each of you should use whatever gift that you have received to serve others as fruitful stewards of God's grace in various forms. So to me, that means I am using my gift of understanding money to help my clients, and I even want to go beyond my clients and even do, this podcast to share with you. And I know that you have a very special gift, and think about how you want to really serve in that gift for each year before you get into your monetary goals. So the second step, right, immediately second is like, okay, I know how I want to serve. Now I want to know how my business can serve myself, thinking of the end in mind, right? Because I believe that your business should be one of the first wealth vehicles to create a personal wealth plan for yourself. That means it should be able to pay you consistently, and you should be able to grow in your business. So, say for example, I think of the cash flow quadrant by Robert Kiyosaki, and he talks about like being an employee is like one cash flow quadrant. The second is like you are a service provider, for lack of a better word, and you're going from like one person to many, right? And you're serving as a solopreneur primarily, and then you're going from solopreneur to a business owner where your processes and your team is acting on your behalf to get that cash into your life, your personal wealth. And then finally, you are an investor, because what I believe is with your business, you're growing cash, right? When you have excess cash and you're able to use that cash to then invest in your future, you're able to then invest the money of it. The money grows itself, right? So I like to think of your business being the number one vehicle by helping you go through the different phases of your cash flow quadrant. Okay, so with our clients, we go through our 4-step framework in creating a legacy plan, or just really understanding a business owner holistically for both their personal and their business in 4 key areas. First, when we meet with our clients, we kind of help them understand what their legacy goals are. Short version of it is step one, legacy goals. When we do a kickoff call with our clients, we kind of feel out, okay, what do you love most about your life? What do you love most about your business? What are your immediate lifestyle goals that we can help you with? And also, like, what are some immediate business goals that you want support in? And then we dig a little bit deeper, because we know entrepreneurs do not think about retirement. And we like to frame it because a lot of business owners believe that they want to work until forever, but that is not the case. So sometimes when I get some pushback, I'll say, okay, where do you want your life to look like at 60? And then we kind of grasp like, what is a day in a life when you're 60, right? And then the second part of our framework, when we kind of get your lifestyle and like legacy goals beginning to like churn, right? We then say, okay, let's assess the trends. And that's through bookkeeping. The trends like for the past couple of years, we'll look at, okay, where has your revenue been? Where has your profit been? How much have you been paying yourself? And then we'll say, okay, based on your legacy goals, based on your trends, the third part is uncovering the gaps. Like, where do you want to be? Immediate highlight of gaps is like your cash flow. We help you create a annual cash flow forecast that is weekly, because things happen in between the month or as you're going through the months. And we highlight the gaps of where you want to be, where you are now. And then finally, we create a legacy plan. So that includes for your business a profit plan for the next 3 years, because I like to get you out of the weeds of things, help you see a bird's eye view of exactly what's going on in your business, so that you know, okay, if my legacy goal at 60 is to have a nest egg of $2 million, okay, what does that mean today? What do I need to do today? Even if it's just like contributing even a small morsel, even if it's just saving 3 months of saving so that you can then get more aggressive in paying off your debt or investing in your retirement. What can you do within these next 12 months? We kind of do go deeper into the next 12 months together, because I want you to understand how much you actually need to pay yourself. A lot of times we're just paying ourselves another arbitrary number. Again, right? We're doing arbitrary revenue goals. We're doing arbitrary what we must pay ourselves from our business, and it's sporadic and we're all over the place. That's why revenue goals don't really matter if you don't have the personal wealth or legacy plan for yourself. So, the benefit of creating that legacy goal is after we work together within the first 6 to 12 weeks, we then follow up every single quarter to say, okay, how close are we to your goal for this year? How close are we going to be to your legacy goal, right? How close are we to knocking out your immediate lifestyle goals? That can be like getting more massages. That can be taking your family on vacation twice a year. Like those things are things that I like to work on with my clients. The benefit of having a legacy goal is that we're able to see every single year how close you are to your legacy plan. And you're able to understand and successfully accomplish your immediate lifestyle goals. Okay, so I'm going to go over three things of why revenue means nothing if your business isn't creating the personal wealth or legacy plan to show for it. And I'm going to start with the three numbers that you must know in your business because typically we're accustomed to just showing or like knowing our revenue numbers. I know when I first speak with clients on sales calls, they pretty immediately know, okay, this is my revenue for last year. This is what I want it to be. They kind of know. And then when I ask them about profit, they're like, let me go see if I can find it. Then, if I ask about what they pay themselves, they typically don't necessarily know, and they feel that what they pay themselves isn't enough. So, this is because we are so used to just showing our revenue number. We know it like the back of our hand when we should know our profit and what we paid ourselves like the back of our hand as well. Sometimes we don't even know, like business owners don't know what they've made in profit until they see their tax return. And even if they get their Schedule C, if they are a sole proprietorship, like a single member LLC tax as a sole proprietor, they're just looking at their Schedule C. Their accountant isn't telling them what this means. They're just saying, this is my net income from my business, and this is what my taxes are looking like. So they have both a profit and a tax surprise during tax season. Or if they are working with a bookkeeping firm or a bookkeeper, accountant, or even if they're doing their numbers by themselves, they are usually behind. And when they're looking at it, they're not necessarily looking at their three reports. So the three reports include let's talk about the world, right? If we are talking about the world, the hottest place, let's say we're in Africa, right? We're in Kenya and we're having a great time. It's hot. We've seen our income statement before. And then when we go to extremely cold, or even in the middle in America, we some people have seen their balance sheet. A lot has not. A lot of people have not. So the income statement is your revenue, expenses, profit. Your balance sheet is what you own in assets, what you own liabilities, what's left over in equity. And then your statement of cash flow, which is just called as Antarctica because you probably never see it, is your how your cash is moved in your business with your operating activities, which is just everyday in your business operations, your investing activities, which is like if you're buying equipment or selling equipment, that will be investing activities, or your financing activities, and that's if you were to pay off your debt, paying yourself in your business. So if you're not receiving your three reports, or if you're not reviewing your three reports every single month, it's really hard to know like how your business finances are doing. And when I go into our approach is when we give our clients their reports, we're going to assume that you're probably not going to go through the full report unless you're on a call with us. So at the top of the report, we're going to tell you your revenue, of course, your profit, what you've paid yourself. Outside of just creating like a tax estimate, which is really important for us because we don't want you to have a tax surprise, we want to show you those three things. We have two more, but if you know those three things in your business, revenue, profit, what you paid yourself, you would be golden. So our approach is when we show you those things, you're able to understand immediately how your business is supporting your lifestyle. So with your owners, what you pay yourself from your business can show up in various places depending on how you are taxed. So if you are a single member LLC taxed as a sole proprietor, which means that you are not an S Corp or a C Corp, then that means what you pay yourself is on the balance sheet, which is from equity, which is what is left over. So you won't necessarily know if you don't look at the balance sheet, right? So we're just going to help you figure that out with the three metrics. Another way that you might pay yourself is if you become taxed as an S corp, which means you become an employee of your company. You are going to be you're going to have a salary, and you're going to be on the income statement, aka the profit and loss statement. And that's going to be confusing if you're paying yourself both with owner's draw and with salary, because it's like, okay, what did I really pay myself in my business? What's going on there? When we give our clients a holistic view of what their business finances are, they're able to then ask us questions each month, or when they meet with us during our quarterly accountant meetings, we're able to help them say, okay, this is what the trends are telling us. This is what you've been paying yourself. How can we help support you on your next set of goals for the next quarter? Every second Thursday of the month, we deliver our clients their report, and then they are able to use this data to change the trajectory of their businesses and then also improve their lifestyle. Like with one of our clients, she's been with us for quite some time, like about 6 to 7 years, and she's really on it. She's able to, like, outside of meetings, she's looking at her report, she's seeing the trends, and she's able to then use those trends to help support her these past couple of years of having 70% profit margin. That's kind of unheard of. It's definitely something that is possible, but because she's able to look at her trends and understand where her revenue is, where her profit is, what she must pay herself, she's able to hit those high profit margins. Because on one hand, the more profit that you have, most of the times, is what is going to help you increase your cash. That is not always the case, because even though your profit may be high, your cash might be depleted because you might be paying off debt preemptively because you're having a fear of debt, right? Or you might be paying yourself a lump sum because you haven't been paying yourself consistently. So those things outside of your profit impact your cash. With our client who has had the highest profit margin, because she's looking at her numbers and she's reviewing those three key items, she's been able to pay off her own debt, travel with her family, get aggressive with her retirement savings, and she's able to execute her goals and really execute serving her clients more because she really understands what's going on in her business holistically. You might be wondering, hey, I'm joining in the middle of the year. How can I really understand what's been going on from even the top of the year, maybe even 2023? So when you work with us, within the first 4 weeks, we will get your financial systems created or improved and updated through a bookkeeping cleanup if that is needed for you. So we will review, okay, how do you like to see your revenue so that we know which each line item is performing, how it's performing for you. How do you like to see your expense categories so that you as CEO can make decisions off of your numbers? How do you understand like your return on investment by looking at exactly what's going on? And then we help you understand your profit and your profit margin so that we can always aim to increase your profit so that you can then pay yourself more, have more cash on hand so that you can create your legacy goal or accomplish your legacy goals. Speaking of increasing your cash to help you with your legacy goals, when it comes to managing your cash flow to pay yourself off well in your business, typically, what I see is before working with someone strategically on this, there's no rhyme or reason for your cash flow. A lot of time, people are reacting, they're hustling to get to the next result. They're doing a lot of cash injection strategies, like entirely stressing themselves out, and they don't have a way to understand exactly what's working for them. And they're growing to multiple six figures, but then they're still not paying themselves what they need to pay themselves. Maybe they're using debt versus leveraging debt out of need versus, okay, maybe I want to save this cash strategically because I do have the cash to invest in their business, to buy big ticket items, but they don't understand what that means for like the next 3 months. So then they're having to dip into savings. They're having to. I've seen when it comes to cash flow, people are blindly using profit first, which I absolutely love, but they're blindly using profit first, being overwhelmed with the multiple different accounts without really drilling in and how can I really understand where my cash is going so that I can pay myself. So when it comes to like navigating those cash flow issues after you've learned what you have in revenue, what you earn in profit, and what you pay yourself, our approach with our clients is how can we help you map out what your cash will look like for the next year? Because if you were to pay 20K for like coaching, or you were to pay a team member and understand how you can afford that team member, you would want to know what happens. Like, we want to ensure that the next 24 weeks you're able to have adequate cash on hand in your business. And this allows you to have confidence in managing your money, even when you feel like you don't have much to manage. So when we start working with our clients, they may feel that they don't have that cash on hand, but we can maneuver and kind of like strategically place their different expenses or what they pay themselves so that they can see what it really looks like. So Luke 16:10 in the Bible says, "Whoever can be trusted with very little can be trusted with much." This is extremely important because if you think that you're starting with humble beginnings, which most of us are, I want to help you understand how you can really navigate where you are now so that you can really grow your mindset as you grow your money. Within the first 2 weeks of working with our clients in both our profit planning intensive as well as our fractional CFO clients, we have what I like to call the cash flow call. So we have our kickoff call. 2 weeks later, we have our cash flow call. And then 2 weeks later, which is 4 weeks after, we have our money education session. In the cash flow call, we go over both business and personal cash flow needs. I create a 12-month cash flow forecast that is broken down weekly so we can understand how cash flows through both your personal and business finances. We then help you create a personal spending plan so that you are no longer guessing what you must pay yourself. The reason why you are living paycheck to paycheck or owner's draw to owner's draw or stripe payout to stripe payout is because you need support and knowing what you must pay yourself. Typically, we see when someone pays himself, their living expenses are about 80 to 90% of what their take home pay is. And that is not okay. The great thing is, as a business owner, you're able to expand beyond living paycheck to paycheck. When we work with our clients on creating their spending plan, we like their take-home pay or their what their business salary should be or what they should pay themselves from their business to be 50%, spending no more than 50% of your take-home pay on your living expenses. So that means if you thought you needed to pay yourself 10,000, potentially it might be 15 to 16,000 a month. So then when it comes to the cash flow forecast, we can say, okay, this is what you need to do in revenue this month or these weeks to be able to support paying yourself exactly what you need to pay so that you can have that revenue baseline so that at least you're hitting what you need to pay yourself so that you're not no longer living paycheck to paycheck. And when you are living on half of what you pay yourself, you could spend the other 50% on things like charitable contributions. You can like save so that you can have 3 months, 6 months of expenses saved up. You can pay off your debt, things like that. You can like really thrive in your life. Okay, so let me know in the comments if you're watching on the YouTube version, which do you struggle with the most in your business? Do you struggle most with maintaining profit in your business? Or do you struggle with paying yourself your ideal salary in your business? Or is it both? Let me know. If you're ready to uncover what you must pay yourself in your business so that you can accomplish your immediate lifestyle goals, sign up for my new Dream Life Calculator. I want you to avoid living paycheck to paycheck or better yet, stripe payout to stripe payout so that you can have visibility of your personal funds. The Dream Lifestyle Calculator helps you uncover what you need to pay yourself without living on 100% of your income so that you can start to thrive, not only survive in your life, and that you're able to hit your immediate lifestyle goals and your legacy goals. Go to lovelyfinancials.com/lifestyle to get started. If you're a woman growing your business and family and want to have your business build personal wealth and legacy, subscribe on either YouTube or wherever you listen to your favorite podcasts. I'm on a mission to help 100 women earn at least 1 million in net worth to create generational wealth and break generational curses. If this aligns with you, I'd love for you to be a part of the community and join in listening to more Harmonious Wealth episodes. Thank you so much. Hey there, girlfriend. If you're ready to finally have the lifestyle and legacy to show for your business success, I would love for you to click that subscribe button on your favorite podcast app or YouTube.